It's time to check progress. Let's see how March looked. So if you're watching this video, I hope you've watched my January and February videos so you got an idea of where I am in this progress and where I've come from. If you haven't, be sure to check out those videos. I'll link them below. Before I get into my analytics, if you don't mind, share with me what you've been doing, what's working for you and how it's going so far. Like, what are you doing to grow your channel? I'd love to hear from you. March was fantastic. It was my best growth month yet, and just everything keeps progressing. Using the same modality that I've been doing for the previous month. But it's growing the audience. It's using that content wall that we talked about in another video. It's using that sort of blast of content because now I have this library of content that's constantly working for me. Do they all get, hundreds and hundreds of hits or thousands of hits? No. But they're all getting their own, and that's adding to view time and adding to views. And so as a group, it's starting to grow critical mass, and that's the goal. So I'm doing the same thing as I was doing before. I'm trying to do 2 to 3 videos a week. I'm trying to put up like 10, 12 shorts based off those videos using the vidIQ software. And I've been trying to use vidIQ to also help me optimize my titles and my descriptions. And again, not sponsored, but I highly recommend the service. I'm really enjoying it. And it's taking a lot of the work away from me and letting me focus on just doing this, creating the content. And that's money to me. The biggest takeaway from this one, it's not the views are exciting to see. And you can see my views are doubling now. And that's huge. However, views don't translate to monetization. Monetization comes from subscribers over 1,000 and 3,000 or 4,000 view hours per year. The 3,000 is the first tier, and the 3,000 gets you to be able to be a kind of like I think it's a partner, I don't know. You can sell merch on your channel, your merch. Tats, t-shirts, whatever you got to sell, you can then sell it on your channel. 4,000 gets you into monetization world, where now YouTube was actually sending you cash in the mail. Not in the mail, but they're not doing that. They're depositing it in your account. But the view hours are what's critically important. If you look at this bit of the analytics, it's very exciting because if you look, I ended the month with 229.6 view hours for the month of March. That's really close to my target. I was doing the math because, I'm an art guy. I'm not a math guy. So, I used a calculator. But if you want to get to 3,000, that first level where you can monetize, if you will, your channel, you only need 250 view hours a month. I'm at 229. I am definitely on target to hit that milestone sometime in the future here. So I just have to keep plugging away, keep creating content, keep putting up the shorts, and keep promoting the channel. The other thing to bear in mind here is I have another video where I talked about this just recently. The very end of this month, my account got disabled for a window, and it freaked me out. Watch that video if you want to hear the story. I'll also link that below. It freaked me out when I was making such good progress, as you can see, to have it just disabled. Watch the other video. So I'm going to be very careful going forward because I'm still not certain what triggered that event, what triggered YouTube to go like, no, we don't trust this channel right now. It could have been any number of things, and it could have been part of the AI purge that YouTube's doing, and they thought maybe I was a bot because of the amount of content and because of one of the features in vidIQ. You do need to be careful of just spamming your videos with tags. And vidIQ really wants to help you maximize your views. So it's always saying like, oh, you should add these missing tags. You should add these missing tags. I am going to be careful going forward of just how many tags it tells me to put in. I'm going to curate the tags, and I'm going to be careful how I use the shorts. If the shorts look too similar, because if I put up a video, it will make 4 or sometimes a dozen shorts out of one video And the way it picks the videos, if they're too similar, it might think you're making AI slop. So you do have to be careful even with that. You need to curate each of those shorts, watch it, and go, is it too similar to the other ones, or is it enough different that I can go ahead and publish this one as well? So I'm going to police it a little better because it was just too easy. And I don't want to get tagged as another AI creator. I'm not using AI to make my videos. I'm using AI to help me make my videos better. So just be careful with how you use it if you happen to use something like that. Or if you're doing it yourself, be careful how many tags you use and how much repetitive content you put up. That's my takeaways. I'm not sure. But anyway, so far, so great. Everything is moving in the right direction, and I'm looking forward to see what April has for me. Well, if you enjoyed this, and I hope you did, and you've watched it this far, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and maybe watch the other video that's coming up here right now. You might want to check that one out. I know I liked it, so if you like me, you might like it. I'll talk to you soon.